You have entered the Prep Zone tonight. Red is sharp. Charles Tiger Edwards at Pearl River, Lakeshore, coming to invade. The upstart Lakeshore Titans come to Pearl River now. 3-1 in the district is Lakeshore. 2-2 is Pearl River. How big is this district matchup?
Well, obviously it's a big game. Lakeshore just came off a loss at some point there with Ben Franklin. They lost 1-0, a penalty kick in stoppage time, which is a heartbreaker. But I think the bigger story here, Tiger, potentially might be the field conditions. It's been raining all day. The field is super muddy, and I'm just curious to see how it's going to turn out here. It should be a good game, though.
If we were out at the fairgrounds, they'd call it a sloppy track.
They'd cancel the fair.
They'd cancel the fair.
Absolutely.
Okay, it's Lakeshore at Pearl River. This one's underway with that kickoff. Lakeshore, the Titans, against the Old Guard.
And early on in this one, you can see, well, there's a little bit of a shove there.
Yeah.
You can see the Lakeshore Titans in their pass attack, their pass attempts. Looks like they're more of a possession type team, and
Deliberate.
Exactly.
There's a kick through to the middle, and the goalkeeper comes out and kicks that one away. Matthew Brandon in goal tonight for the Titans.
Hunter Alexander trying to make a nice run there for the Rebels.
That one's
Chase Ryan
drilling it upfield right now. As usual during this early part of the game, Rhett, both teams kind of feel each other out, don't they, right here?
Yeah, and especially with these field conditions like we mentioned before the game. Look at this, nice ball, shot off target.
But I think that was a pretty good choice. If people did not watch the girls' game, which preceded this one, they didn't hear you talk about that ball, the wetness, the field, which is even more compounded because we were actually down there between matches. It's
a soggy mess down there.
A soggy mess. Might be an understatement.
I think you got water in your shoes, huh, Tiger?
Yes, I did. Thank you for that reminder.
That's just an unfortunate consequence of going down there, man.
I'll send you down alone from now on. How's that?
All right.
No. We've got to be down there. We've got to know what's going on.
That's right.
It is squishy.
Prep
How's
zone.
that? Is that good stuff?
That's a good one.
Prep zone. We got to be accurate.
Alexander. Ooh. Nice outlet.
Paulson on the pass, centering, and Travis Alexander comes out and plays that one.
That's Vince Corona with the shot cross there.
And that was Hunter Alexander trying to cross it, and we have a whistle. Already, we've had many more whistles than the game
in the
before.
Previous game, sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
this is going to be Chase Ryan. Puts it in play. Little bit of a pile up there in front of the goal. Lakeshore
got a lot of defenders back and not going to be, they're trying not to allow any sneak attack by Pearl River for sure.
It's always the easiest to score goals here at the beginning of a game and the beginning of halftime, and then after you score, you can score again real fast. That's I think some type of statistic we've looked into before.
But right now on this field, both teams just trying to feel each other out. Here's a run up over there by Ian Jones. He's going to drop it back, and then a little move.
He's just, a couple of nice moves. Going to drop that back.
Alexander.
I feel like he should have taken a shot or passed it Passed it across.
Of course, we do have the advantage of
nice
punt by Alexander. That in itself can be a weapon.
Yeah.
Paulson. And we got a whistle. Yeah, well, one game we have somebody that doesn't blow the whistle.
Right.
Somebody, that's all they do is blow the whistle.
That ball sneaks through there.
I mean,
that's why it pays to shoot the ball in these conditions. When you get close, take a shot.
Now, Rhett, I know as a former forward,
right,
that you would shoot in any condition.
Look, I like to, I like to score goals. I sure did, yeah. But I'll tell you what, if there's a better opportunity, by all means, please dish the ball off, go with the assist. But if it's you and another guy, and you've got any type of shot, go ahead and shoot it because the ball's going to bounce differently.
Vidal, that one's stolen. Passed back into the middle, a little back and forth now. Harwell.
And there's our first little look at the sideline. That far sideline is just
it's a quagmire.
It sure is, but they're playing.
Because it's hard to tell from this angle for sure. And I bet if you're over there, there's
the sideline might be a little sketchy.
I was going to say, where that line is exactly is probably only known to the linesman.
Nice run there.
Gabriel Vidal, Travis Alexander with the save. Here's the key in district play. Ben Franklin, no losses. And then you've got Holy Cross, similar 3-1 record as Lakeshore. And then you got 2-2 Pearl River. So big match.
Just a big game all around, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, like we mentioned before the game, Lakeshore lost to Ben Franklin from a penalty kick in stoppage time, Tiger.
Wow.
Okay, that's huge in and of itself.
Yes, it is. But they can't afford to let this one slip away for sure. That one's out on Pearl River.
Right.
And this is always a good battle between these two clubs. Ooh, see?
Stanworth going to take a shot from distance. There you go.
You like that.
That's what I'm talking about, Keegan.
But what happened was exactly what you described in the first game. Under these conditions, a lot of times the ball will just fly on you.
Right.
Just pop up.
Yeah.
So you got to be conscious enough to keep it
low. Keep your head down. We were watching Travis Alexander warm up before the game. I got to say, he was pretty intense. That looked like he knows what he's doing back there. So we'll see.
It's not. He was intense.
Yeah.
If there's a goal, it won't be from his lack of effort. That's for sure. Here comes play. Oh,
Vince Corona
tried to get through.
Draws a foul.
A little late call.
Yeah, that's nothing new. Nothing new. Referee going to have to step off 10 yards here.
To back up the wall, is what you're saying?
Yeah. Even more. Yeah.
Okay, I like it there.
There we go.
I like it there.
Looking for the back post. Header. That was a good play. Yeah. Alexander's got quite a punt as well, I got to tell you.
That is a really nasty area way over there.
Yeah.
That one's stolen. Jeremy passing it up for Grolio. That one's going to go out of bounds. Throw in to Lakeshore. Got a whistle, got a foul. Matt Grolio to take the free kick.
Grolio's going to try to drop this ball into the box.
And that one came right back. Everybody from...
And he kicked it out of a puddle.
Yeah,
so.
Everybody pretty much out of... on the Lakeshore was back on defense. That one stolen by Alexander.
Yep.
He takes a
trip,
and we get a foul called. And Grolio will get another free kick.
Let's see if Grolio can get a little more lift on it.
Bends it.
Yeah, that was pretty.
Yeah, headed back out. Grolio again. Ground ball.
Look at that.
That one comes through.
The old worm burner. To use a golf term.
Golf term, yeah. That one just along the ground. A lot of people looking for it to be up in the air. It didn't happen.
Look at this.
Nice move. But then again, there's that field.
Yeah, the ball's not going to roll as it normally would. And it stayed in. Nobody.
Oh, wow. Everybody thought it was out.
Everybody ran away from it. And then we've got an offside. Referee's not looking.
Right.
He just didn't look. He still didn't look. Okay.
Well, he's hollering at him, but we're going to have an offside.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not. Referee did not look.
He didn't, but wasn't. See I think the coach called his attention to it. He looked over to this other referee, and by then he had dropped the flag.
Well,
so
I got to tell you, I'm not too happy with the way that the previous game was officiated. So it continues into this game.
To me, what I see is a lack of communication right here.
Yeah.
Lack of communication. Throw in up that sideline by Lakeshore. There's a centering pass that's going to be kicked out of bounds.
Back out of bounds.
Yeah.
A lot of footwork being worked on over there from the Titans.
Alexander gets out to that one.
Not a lot of result. But
no. Almost. Oh, that one's stolen nicely. Paulson tries to get it up, but that one's stolen. Here's one in space for Corona.
Could have a corner kick.
Corona will take the corner kick. A run.
Wow, that was a nice corner. Unfortunately for the Titans, no one there to get ahead on it. But they have the ball back.
Corona. Got a shot now. Oh,
nope.
Taken off of that one nicely by Ryan. Ooh, ouch.
Yep.
Controlled.
And we're going to have a whistle there. Yep, that was right in front of everybody. You're going to have a yellow card there.
Yeah.
And he's saying zip it up. He doesn't want to hear it.
Yep.
Referee doesn't want to hear it.
You got to exit the field.
So there's our first booking, and it goes to Hunter Alexander as he gets a yellow card.
Gabriel Vidal will take this free kick once someone's been subbed in. This one amongst a gang of people.
Wow, through the legs.
Nice feed down the right sideline for Corona. Corona couldn't get to it, though. First half action, Pearl River, Lakeshore. We're at the Pearl on the rain stop right now, but it was off and on all during the girls' game. Stopped now. It's let's put it this way: it's balmy, rainy, it's muddy, it's sloppy, it's soccer.
Yeah, this is definitely soccer.
But it's not. But it's not one thing, Rhett. And what is that?
It's not cold, and thank goodness for that.
Yeah, amen. Amen. So difficult playing conditions, unseasonably warm, a lot of Titan defenders back to choke off the attack, doing a real good job there. Grolio for Beard ahead. Oh, that's a push down. That's a push down.
Yeah. And the crowd's going to really get into it now.
Yeah, because he yellow carded someone else, and he's not that. Yeah. They're not going to be happy.
Yeah.
They're not going to be happy. I'm going to tell you that. It's one of the ones, the old what's good for the goose. Grolio with the kick. Headed back out.
Nice pass.
Harwell leaves it up. Shot on goal.
I believe that's Pearl River's first shot on goal.
Jonathan Martinez.
Gets
it off.
Yep. High punt.
Brandon with a nice high punt. Matthew Brandon in goal tonight.
Going to call a handball there. Hit him in the shoulder, yeah. It did hit him in the shoulder.
Okay. And that's a handball? Just checking with you.
Yeah.
Just checking with you.
Well, it really is. I know you can't touch it with your hands and you can't touch it with your forearms, but you can shoulder it down. I mean, you know,
right.
It's a lot of loose interpretations of the rules here. And I'm not going to get on the refs anymore. They're doing the best they can, obviously.
Right. Alexander comes out of goal with a nice sliding scoop right there.
But they got to be consistent.
Right.
You know, that's really.
I think that's what.
All I ask for.
Yeah, I think that's all we want.
Yeah.
Yeah, some consistency. I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter to us who wins.
Right.
We do like to see a fair and good game.
Yeah, good games is all we really need.
Right. But right now, I think the players are slave to this to the conditions here.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a kind of hamstring and any speed game they might potentially have brought into this match tonight is kind of out the window.
Yeah, yeah. To me, it's going to be, and really, I'm surprised. I usually say this, and I didn't say it in the first game.
Yeah.
But what I see happens is it all boils down to who makes the mistake. who makes the first mistake? Where's their breakdown?
Right, right. A game like this where, I mean, it's kind of back and forth. I know Lakeshore's had a majority of the touches so far, but Pearl River's been on their side as well. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tiger. The first team that makes the biggest mistake is going to be the one to go down by a goal first. And there's another foul.
Yeah, I think he's tightening up a little bit.
Well, he's going to have to, or otherwise it'll get out of control and then the game gets ugly.
Right. Grolio to take the free kick.
Grolio busy early back there with the free kicks, huh? Martinez is going to have to run that down.
He's going to get to it.
Yeah, but he mishandled it.
He did.
Mishandled. We got some spectators in your screen. There's some fans.
It appeared like right before the game that the stands were going to be empty.
Right.
Grolio from distance.
Over the top.
It appeared that it was going to be pretty much empty here, but
yeah.
Some late arrivers, Johnny on the spot, and if you haven't been out to a prep soccer game lately, you're at home watching this, get out there, see the teams.
Yeah, come check them out.
See your hometown team.
They're all good.
We are on the North Shore,
That's right.
It is the Mecca of soccer.
What do we always say, Tiger? The state championship's going to go through St. Tammany Parish, and that's boys and girls.
Exactly. And we have a whistle. And we have a redo.
Tiger, here's another issue that we can maybe expand on a little bit. Lakeshore is used to playing on that beautiful turf, and then they come to a field like this. Who knows how they're going to react? I mean, they're doing a good job. Obviously, they're a skilled team, but there's going to be some type of difference. Obviously.
Well, there's no puddles on that field. While the grass may get wet when you're or the artificial turf might get wet while you're playing, it's still playable.
Right.
You can still get pretty good footing to make hard kicks and everything. And there's one other thing.
What's that?
It's a wider field.
It is wider.
It's a wider field, and that makes a big difference.
Yeah, a lot more area. Let me get that.
Get that out.
Get that correct.
You're getting to sound like me.
Yeah, a lot more area to
play.
Pass the ball in. Right. Another foul.
Right. And so and I tell you, that opens the game up. That makes,
without a doubt,
that makes for, and I've thought this over the past few years that the Fontainebleau girls play on the smaller field like we're playing on now.
Right.
And when adjusting in games on bigger fields, they've had a time with it.
Yeah, I think you're right. We've noticed that and kind of discussed it in the past when we watched them play. Let me get back here though. Grolio has taken at least a half a dozen, probably more, free kicks from about 40 yards out, 45 yards out. And he needs to shoot the ball. Just shoot it, man. Just get it in the goal.
Right.
Because
it's a shot.
Look at that
save. Wow.
Man.
Huge Matthew Brandon. I mean, basically he was vertical.
Yeah. He's psyched up about it too, man.
Yeah, he's psyched up. And he should be.
And we got a whistle going the other way.
Yeah, this game is tightened up. Not that I'm not.
You're not a fan of.
No, I'm not. I'm not arguing. I'm just saying that I think that might have been needed to be in place.
Sure. Referee, go over there and make sure everything's okay. We're going to have a free kick from just inside the sideline. Let's see what happens here. Comes across. Back post, nobody there.
There was a jam right there with one of the offensive players and Alexander, but no harm, no foul. And one of the kind of side bars to all of this is in the press box. We've had the air conditioner on, and now the windows have fogged up. I mean, it's unseasonably warm, so we have a whole different thing going on. We had a foul and a free kick coming. Ryan with the free kick this time. Headed back out. Another foul.
Yep. He got a piece of his shin guard after he got past him. So, yeah, that's a foul. I mean, you know, his referee's calling the right calls.
No. I mean,
there's a lot of them, though, huh?
Yeah, there is. Grolio's to take here.
Yeah, he needs to shoot the ball.
Head for the goal.
Shoot it. Nope.
He leaves it for a pass.
That's okay. Now we
have a shot. Ooh,
Man.
From distance. That one kind of floated,
It did. It sure did. But you know what? I like the attack. I'm going to keep saying it. When the ground is this saturated and you don't know what's going to happen after it leaves your foot, except if it gets on goal, I'll tell you what, the goalkeeper, either one of these guys, they're going to have a more difficult time.
Right. Chris Couture with that shot that floated, but I'm with you. I mean, we saw it in the first game. Kick the balls over there somewhere.
Yeah.
And something good just might happen.
That's right.
We're having a substitution. Trevor Howell out, Ian Jones back in. Katera played that one off his chest. Jeremy kicks it ahead. Stolen nicely. This one's turned up in the middle.
Man, that is some nice work there from the Titans.
Keeping it alive. Harwell. Beard up the left sideline, and that one's going to go out of bounds off Bradley Villars. Villars header back in.
Nice pass.
By Katera.
We're going to have
we
a
got
tangle.
A whistle. Yeah,
it's going to be a Titan kick going the other way. That was a beautiful pass.
Home folks were hoping for a different outcome on that one. He's getting active. He's keeping it in control, I got to say.
I like how he runs.
He runs into it. Yeah,
he makes the whistle, then runs to the play to make sure everybody's cool.
It's all cool.
And then we'll figure it out again.
Yeah. Grolio.
Shoot it. That's what I'm talking about, man.
Right there. Dangerous area. Cleared out nicely by the Lakeshore defense.
Oh, wow. That's onside.
A run. Alexander. Woo!
Yeah.
Michael Paulson was kicking the ground as he had a chance there, and that one just went out to the right.
Yeah. That was good defense. I mean, the Pearl River defenders got back quick.
And it kind of came in on and kind of forced his alley, and Alexander came out, cut down the angle. So,
yeah, well played.
Well played. Nicely done. If you're just joining us, there's no score, but that doesn't mean there hadn't been lots of action.
Action galore.
Nice move there by Katera.
Perfect pass.
Poole unable to do anything with that, but once again, the thing that impresses me is Lakeshore's got 4 and 5 guys back. You know, once Pearl River, and really, to me, in this part of the game, Pearl Rivers has asserted themselves more offensively.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Tiger. And that's a couple of really nice passes in a row.
just kind of dropped in there to Poole, but unfortunately for them, no goals scored. But
Villars gets taken down right there, so it'll be a free kick.
A lot of fouls here, though, in this first half.
Yeah.
A lot of pushing and shoving.
Well, to me, that'll save anything later on in the game.
Right.
Anything that might be unfortunate. Alexander going to punt it away. He blasts that thing.
Yeah, he's got a nice punt.
Vidal kind of misplayed that one. This was going to come up the sideline. A little back and forth. Katera. Jeremy Katera. And that one's going to go off of one of the defenders, but it will not go out of bounds.
Stays in bounds.
We've had a lot of that tonight. Things that we thought were going to go out of bounds, barely trickle out, or stay in. Don't give up on the ball. Matt Grelio to throw in. Jeremy.
See, Pearl River kind of stopped on that ball.
That one's going to go out of bounds, it appears, on that far sideline.
Goal kick.
We've had a pretty good first half. A couple of serious shots on goal.
Yeah.
A lot of attack from both sides, but no goals. I will say this, that Matthew Brandon made one heck of a stop when he was on the ground, and that obviously saved his team a goal.
That was a great save, wasn't it?
Pearl River, who's been kind of dominating play as of late offensively.
Shot.
Poole. So the Rebels getting some shots late in the first half.
Wow, that's
right,
unfortunate there.
That is.
Luckily, Lakeshore defense able to clean that up, turn it around.
Paulson, a good job. Ryan kicks it up the field.
And see, look, man, I got to tell you, it looks like the Rebels are not running through some of these passes, and they need to understand that the ball's going to die.
Right.
It's going to stop.
Run through. Don't give up on it.
Right.
Something. We're going to have a corner kick.
All right.
That one glanced off of a Titan to go out of bounds. So this is huge. This is a scoring opportunity.
No doubt.
We're getting close to the end of the first half, I got to believe,
at
this point. Corner kick about to come.
High. Nice ball. Drops
Ooh.
in. Nobody able to touch that.
Grelio would like to have that one back. I think he
kind of misjudged
it. That's where I was going.
Mm-hmm.
Throw in by Vidal. Gabriel Vidal. Beard kicks it up the field, still in play. Like you say, run them all down.
Yeah, because they're all going to stop. They're all going to stop right there.
Harwell having to defend Humphrey, Richard Humphrey. This one thrown up the sideline, and that's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to be a corner kick. No, a throw-in, excuse me, from there. Jones, cross field. Whoa! See, that was a potential. Humphrey trying to control it to Jones. Good defense right there. That was Brandon Harwell on the defense. Stolen back now by Lakeshore. Excuse me, throw in up that sideline. There's a through ball and a run. Christopher Katera, running it down. Be a throw in to Pearl River. Lakeshore defense up for it. Ooh, quick shot there. But that was outside anyway. I don't think Matt would have had I don't think it would have been a goal.
Yeah, that was going outside the goal, I believe, too.
Humphrey trying to play it. This one up the sideline. And like you said, is it in? And it finally went out down there. Throw in. Richard Humphrey. Chipping it ahead. Nice pass. Here comes a shot. Luckily, he's drilled back out. Jones is going to get a shot. Oh, as he was looking for someone there. I think that was a shot.
Yeah, but it would have been pretty if the guy running through, I don't know who that was,
would have been there.
Would have been able to get a foot on that.
Right. So both teams dodging the goal bullet.
In the first half.
Yep. See?
Stays in.
Stays in.
Yep.
Ian Jones passes it back.
Offside.
LeBlanc kicks it up, but we have an offside. Dunaway attempts to kick it out, doesn't. Humphrey with a beautiful crossing pass. Jones with a pass of his own and shot right in front of the goal.
Crossbar.
Anderson just gets enough.
Off the crossbar, Tiger.
Off the crossbar. I thought Alexander had enough to knock it up, but no, I don't know.
Well, they're not going to get a better look than that. So
that was some sweet passing right there, I got to say.
Really nice.
Started with Humphrey's cross.
Mm-hmm.
Jones dumped it back through the middle, and it was point blank at that. Cross field, got a man. Offsides, I believe.
Yep. That pass gets into Humphreys, and he's kind of swarmed by some Rebels. Nice defense.
Jones.
Pop straight up in the air.
Loose ball, that's what I'm talking about. Get it out. Anything can happen. Nice sliding tackle over there.
That was a big slide. No, there's a lot of sliding going on.
Yeah.
Man, that is a nasty part of the field there. Whew. Referee's seen enough. He's having a discussion.
Well, they'll have a free kick from there. Good opportunity now here late in the first half for the Titans.
Put this ball across the face of the goal.
There's a dangerous ball. And that one.
Nobody there. Nobody there.
It caromed off of somebody, but to the right of the goal, Alexander went vertical, but it was way off the mark.
Yeah.
Katera battling right there. Stolen by Jones.
Ooh, if that ball sneaks through, that's trouble for Lakeshore. Luckily,
it didn't.
Luckily, it didn't.
Brandon Paulson cut that one. Here's a challenge right here.
Great cross.
Alexander.
I like that. I like Alexander coming out to get that.
Nice play there by Travis. Jones with a lead. Humphrey breaking up the right side. Turned over.
Nice move. Here comes a shot.
Corona. That was a nice.
Off the mark.
Nice little move by Corona. Bringing it back over and then turning back.
Yeah. Looked like Corona and Humphrey almost ran kind of a pick to get that started.
To get that going, huh?
Yeah.
Well, they crossed paths for sure.
Goal kick.
Grolio. Mac Grolio. That one dropped back, and Chase Jeremy tries to chip it up. On the right side, it goes out of bounds. I think I was totally off on the amount of time left in the half.
Yeah, I thought you were more accurate than that, but apparently there was still a bit left to go here. Still 0-0. And there you have it.
There you go. There's the end of the first half. We have no score. Lakeshore at Pearl River, Division II, District 7. Second half underway. Rhett Sharp and Charles Tiger Edwards were at the Pearl. Tonight we'd have to say it was the Muddy Pearl. It's a quagmire out there. The good thing about it, folks, is it has stopped raining. This is the second game, not between these two, between the same schools, but the lady side. This is the gentleman's side. Second half action.
The score is 0-0, Tiger.
Yes, it is. Both teams had
scoreless after 40.
Yes, both teams had periods of offensive dominance, if you could call it that.
Yeah, I would.
Or control. And but it's been difficult under the conditions. Play. It's been difficult play for both teams.
It sure has. This field is just chewed up and sloppy.
A deep ball right there, Travis Alexander.
Alexander's had a good game, though, huh?
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. His counterpart, Matthew Brandon, likewise, with a couple of really
nice saves.
Nice saves. This one, deep, deep, deep. And another one blasted down to the other end. One of the keys, I was going to say I thought that ball went out of bounds, but that was the water.
Yeah.
The water appeared to be part of the line. Your thoughts coming out of the first half? What do you think Pearl River needs to do?
Well, I like what they've done offensively, but I would say that they need to. I think they need to play a more of an up-tempo game. Honestly, in the first half, I saw a lot of kind of walking around, maybe not going to the ball. I think if they actually played a little more aggressive, the result would be positive. But we see Lakeshore, all cylinders are firing here for Lakeshore right now. What do you think, Tiger?
What I would say was I'm kind of agreeing with you as far as Pearl River like playing out some balls.
Yeah,
I think they would have a big someone would leave a pass out there and they would think, oh, that thing's going to go too far. I'm not going.
Right, but it doesn't.
But it doesn't, and
yeah.
And they never really, except for one or two situations, never really put pressure. I think another thing was there was a lot of free kicks that they didn't kick toward the goal. One time they passed it off, and that resulted in a shot, which was good.
Right.
However, they needed more shots on goal or throw it out in that area. To me, here's a centering pass. On the opposite side.
Yeah, what about Lakeshore?
Lakeshore started strong early, but I thought they faded in the latter half of the first half. They just didn't. They weren't as while they've been strong defensively. They just were not taking the initiative. The attack. Yeah, the initiative to the attack to Pearl River like they were in the beginning of the game, and they kind of to me Pearl River dominated the game, and they didn't dominate the second half of the first half. And Lakeshore did nothing to try to change that.
Right. Right.
Corner kick to come.
Nice kick.
Ooh, right in the middle. Going to get it cleared out of there. Like you said, this is the time of the game. Take a shot, right?
Yeah.
This is the time of the game where surprising goals come out of nowhere.
They sure do. You know, we talked about it briefly in the first half. I really think Lakeshore is kind of struggling with the field and where they practice and where they play every day. It's a huge difference from turf. I'm not saying. I mean, they played a good game, but like you said, they kind of let their foot off the gas. I think might be a little more physical than they were expecting to play tonight.
I know it started very physical, but the referee seemed to have gained control via the whistle and kind of slowed it down really for both sides. No major faux pas that I could see, but we're going to have.
Here comes Grolio.
We're going to have a free kick here, and this is where you're saying just blast it right at the net.
Yeah, at least put it on goal and let somebody catch a rebound maybe.
That one didn't work out that way.
Well, I see where he's going. He wanted to float that one to the back post, but there was nobody really there.
Right. It's but again, a lot of this is who's in sync with who.
Right.
You know?
Sure.
I'm thinking, let me go to the back post. That's where he's going to go with it.
Yeah. Almost like a fade pass in football.
Right. No one really there now.
Nice.
Here we have something building for action down the right side.
He's fast.
He is. Alexander comes out.
I like that from Travis. I certainly do like that.
Nicely played right there.
Yeah.
Really the only thing he could do.
Mm-hmm.
If he waited, it would have been a goal. Just have that feeling.
Yeah.
Michael Paulson will take the corner kick. And a real good opportunity. by the wayside now. Alexander to take the goal kick.
Titans defense
making the steal. And the steal back. A little back and forth right here in the midfield.
Oh,
that one's going to go out of bounds. Hunter Alexander with the throw in. This one's going to go out. Devin Dunaway will throw in. And that one's headed back out. And here will come the counterattack if something gets going.
That was almost dangerous there.
Yeah. Stansworth taking it up the right side. Nice lead pass. Harwell defending down there. And
we got a player down.
So after the stoppage of play, there'll be a throw in by Lakeshore. Paulson trying to center.
Gets it back.
Jones, Ian Jones, right side. Splitting two defenders, nicely done, and still staying with it.
Stays on it. Look
wow,
at this
look
guy.
at this play.
Man.
Oh, leaves it out there. Finally cleared out of the zone by Pearl River. Whistle number 7.
Lakeshore foul. Trevor Howell.
Hand up. Disagrees.
Hand up in disagreement.
Hand up in disagreement. Not going to work out for him though.
Martinez trying to pick the pocket.
Ooh, nice block right there by Corona.
Howell. Couple of nice moves.
Corona.
Nice drop off there.
Yeah, for Jones.
And then up the sideline. Beautiful work.
Harwell, good steal. Nicely done there. Martinez into the middle, then pop back. Taking turns stealing each other's passes. Ooh, that one came off funny. Yes, it did. Looky here.
Howell. Look at this Pearl River defense.
Stepping up, making a run. Counterattack coming.
Oh.
Ooh.
Grolio
caught Grolio's back heel.
Yeah.
Wow. That one's nowhere near the sideline, I got to tell you. Even though they look like they're going to the sideline.
Yeah.
Not.
Ooh.
There's a foul.
Yeah. Referee just telling them to
chill.
Just chill a little bit. I think it looked a lot. It looked a lot worse than it potentially could have been because the Lakeshore player flew in the air.
Question for you: there's 2 subs waiting. Why can they not come in now?
Can't come in on a free kick there.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Gonna wait for the old throw in.
All right.
That's when the ball actually leaves the field of play.
Got you. Ooh, Corona almost. Oh, wow.
Opportunity.
It was knocking.
Yeah.
Opportunity was knocking right there.
Yeah.
And Howell and Hunter Alexander had folded back. I thought he did a real good job of providing pressure
Yeah.
because that one's on the back door right there. Opportunity was knocking.
Yep.
The back door.
And Pearl River did not let it open
that time. This one centering. That one caught the heel of one of the defenders.
Yes, it did.
And got blasted away.
Going to be Rebel throw in.
Second half action. There's no score.
0-0.
Pearl River, Lakeshore, Division 2, District 7. Lakeshore 3-1. Pearl River 2-2. You have a combination of things going on here, both trying to sneak up the district ladder, and more importantly, gain points toward playoff opportunities. Brandon punting it away. Matthew Brandon.
Back and forth in the middle of the field. Stoppage.
This one deep up the right sidelines. Jones trying to run it down, and it goes out of bounds. So Alexander will have a goal kick. And as the night is worn on, so has the field worn out.
Yeah, this field's done. Done.
Humphrey. Nice move right amongst everybody.
Wow, look at this.
Wow.
Look at that defense.
Harwell with a great job.
Man. I'll tell you what, looks like the Pearl River Rebels kind of escorted that ball into the hands of Travis Alexander, right?
Paulson made a strong run between two defenders. My hat's off to him on that play. Alexander with the throw in. Katera puts it out on the left side. No one really there. Oh, did he run it down himself?
He ran it down.
Wow.
And that's kind
nicely
of
done.
The difference from the first half to this half.
Right. Playing out some balls. Katera still there.
Nice move.
Going to take a shot. Goes off.
Shot.
Oh, the defender, and then Brandon has to dive, but I think that was wide left, to be honest with you.
It was close, Tiger.
Yeah. Vidal had the ball play off of his back, and Matt Brandon punts it away.
Nice move. Howell up the line. Humphreys.
Here we go. Corona
back out to, no, going to keep it. Back out to Howell. He's got him in the corner. Out of bounds. Goal kick.
He really put that one nicely out in space.
He did that.
And then I think it was Howell tried to play it back in. I think we're at a point where both teams are waiting for not waiting, but trying to put the other team on a defensive where there might be a breakdown.
Right.
And
Harwell
gets called for the foul.
It's a clean sheet. There's no score. So this is every play here now as we get closer to the end of the game in the second half here. Every play counts.
Critical. This one driven right in towards the box.
Ooh.
Almost redirected.
Yeah. You know, as we wait for this goal kick, I've noticed these oversized umbrellas here. This is a new thing to me.
Really oversized.
Yeah.
Really big.
All right, I just want to throw that out there. We got some umbrellas that are huge in the stands. The referee looks like he's in constant dialogue with someone, either players or coaches, about whatever he's doing.
Whatever he's doing. He's like explaining what's going on.
Yeah.
That was a nice drop back and a shot.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah. Good shot, good save.
But look, Matt Brandon says, come on, bring it in here. I got this, buddy.
He's psyched up.
He is psyched up. He's made 2 pretty darn good stops. So, yeah, bring it. Come on. I got that. I got it.
Look at that ball just stop in the puddle. It just stopped.
Let me ask you, Rhett, how much
Ooh. Okay.
We got a yellow card.
We got a yellow.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Fashion goes to the bench.
So what were you going to say, Tiger?
I was going to say, how much confidence does that give his teammates that he's –
You know, it's funny you say that. I was going to mention, whenever you see your keeper make a great save like that and come out and get fired up, it really puts some confidence. You feel like you can, you know –
like you got to step it up yourself a little.
You want to – I mean, he's doing his job.
Right.
So you feel like, you got to do what you can so that you can come off and maybe get a goal. It makes you feel really good when your goalie's fired up and he's making great saves like that. That's why the goalie is the backbone of any good soccer team.
Free kick to come on the sideline. This one, right side, offsides. Michael Paulson.
Rebels looking for some space. Can't find any. Lakeshore Titans turn it back around.
And they'll counterattack.
They got people in space.
Humphrey having to come back. That slows everything up.
Yeah.
Not that he could do anything, but, I mean, he's trying to gain control, so he had to come back, and then the white jerseys got back on defense.
Well, that all goes back to this field. If Lakeshore, this is the first time we've seen him this season, if they're usually a quick counter type of team, then that's just going to be nullified here on this type of field.
Right. First, you've got the weather conditions and the field condition, and then you've got the shortage of actual field.
Yeah. Yeah, there's six yards on either side more at Lakeshore
than here.
So what does that mean? That's 12 yards
12
total.
yards. That's 36 feet.
Yeah. That's pretty big.
That's a lot of space.
A lot more space.
Yeah, 18 feet on either side. That would make a lot of difference. Like, that ball would never have gone out of bounds.
That ball might have stayed in.
Right. Sometimes I see, like right there was a lot of work
Yeah.
And then
nothing.
it ends up being stolen.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. Katera. You got to be careful. It can't be too cute.
Yeah, the ball's just not going to roll like you want it to.
Right. Humphrey went. Was that behind the leg? I thought he went behind the leg with that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But he's got speed. I know
he
that.
He does. And he's dangerous right now as he's going cross field. That one dropped in. He leaves it for the other player.
Shot.
For Corona.
Blocked. Yeah, I feel like if Humphrey was on a dry field, look out.
This one just chipped in. Not much of a challenge there for Alexander.
You know what? Smart though. It could have caught Travis off guard, or he wouldn't have been expecting it.
Right. Or if it slips out.
Yeah.
A lot of things can happen. Leger kicks it out, throw in to Pearl River.
Nice pass. Onside.
Ooh.
A little bit of a jersey
That looked
grab.
like it was a holding.
Yeah, a little bit of a grab there for sure.
Yeah, Humphrey was inside. See, Humphrey went across the field. Not sure that if he didn't turn his body, he might not have had a shot.
Yeah, he probably would have. But I can, they're working on stuff that they work on in practice. I can see it coming together, but they just can't finish with a shot. Huh. Pearl River kick.
That one's out. Throw into Pearl River. Here's another thought, too, right? You run around in the mud, you got the water, you got that going.
Yeah.
Legs get weary.
Without a doubt, these guys are getting tired out here with this field. They probably feel like they're running and they are, but running underwater.
Ball up the sideline, and that's out. Haskins in the game. Jeremy Haskins. So fresh legs.
Haskins is some fresh legs in there.
Yeah, so bring him off the bench to see what he can provide.
Smart move. Out of bounds. Through the back line.
That'll be a goal kick. That's a steal right there. Nicely done. Humphrey trying to center one a little bit too much on that one.
Yeah, Humphrey's looking for the pass, and he had plenty of room to run.
Right. He needed to push it up.
Yeah. Inbounds.
Corona playing it up the right sideline. his right sideline. That one's going to be still in play.
Still in play.
So he didn't go out again.
Yeah.
Don't give up on a ball.
That's right.
Corona.
That side of the field is just a mess.
They're in a quagmire right there.
Look at them. They're
Wow.
like ice skating around.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh, my goodness.
Man. That is just bad.
Hunter Alexander. Ooh,
man.
Come on, there's a flag.
That's a foul. Going to be a card. He's already running out with it.
Yeah.
Yellow card.
Yellow card.
Pearl River fans are
happy about that.
They're happy about that call.
Yeah.
It looked like they've been waiting for one of those all night. Now both teams issued cards. Lakeshore 2 cards. I'm sorry. Pearl River two yellows.
Right.
2 separate players, and now Lakeshore issued the yellow.
Now, this is it. Grolio, great opportunity. That looks like an open goal right there.
Yeah, he needs to
He needs to blast it right there, huh?
Yeah, go ahead and see what he can do with this. Look at that shot. Great camera work there from our cameraman, Dave Williams out
off
there.
to the left now of the camera, the guys that'll be heading to the goal. And he tries to bend it like Beckham and didn't really.
That's an effort that he probably would.
He'd rather he wants a redo on that, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Goal kick. Ooh. There we go. Got something deep.
Yeah.
Dangerous ball.
Nobody can. Well, and
Craddock had it momentarily, but
Alexander comes out, meets that ball.
That one skips by the defender. We got something. Back heel flip. But a good job of getting back defensively by Legere. Ethan Legere.
Wow.
Nice run right here.
Pearl River just can't seem to catch him.
Stanworth. Keegan Stanworth on that little move. Here is Corona.
Cross.
Dangerous Humphrey off of his foot.
Humphrey with the one time, can't keep it down. Opportunity missed again.
Opportunity
from the Titans.
Knocking on the back door again. And
Humphrey had the whole goal. I mean, he just had to just place that a little better.
I think he played it a little too high.
You think? Yeah.
No, I meant where his foot
was.
Oh,
where his foot hit it?
Yeah,
Sure.
If he could have let it drop a little, that maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I was going with. Nice ball for Humphrey.
Shot.
And that was good because there was going to be an offside right there had he passed it.
You're right, but he needs to, if he's going to take that shot,
get a better shot.
Got to be on target.
Right.
You know, we're winding down. I have no idea how much time is left. We don't have a clock. We haven't done the stopwatch tonight, so. But I imagine it can't be that much longer in regulation.
Well, we're 15 minutes from the end of the first half. So it's been 45 minutes. So how much time do they usually have at half?
Maybe 10.
All right, 10. So we've got, I guess, another 10 minutes. Is that correct? Did I have that
5
right?
minutes.
Another 5 minutes. Okay. There has been a lot of back and forth as far as stealing the ball. Good defense, I would say, overall. Good hustle right here by Grolio.
And then he gets run down.
He gets run down. Yeah.
Kind of thrown.
And we're going to have an – oh, no.
There's a yellow card.
I'm not sure I agree with that.
No, he was a little bit.
He was trying to push up on him.
Yeah, he was great. That was a smart play from the referee.
Well, the referee is spending a lot of time chatting with people on the sideline.
Yeah.
Well, I meant initially it appeared that the other guy initiated contact. Now his was extracurricular at that point. All right. Nonetheless, free kick.
Both fans of these teams are getting
they're getting a little rowdy.
They're getting hyped up here tonight. You know, it's rare that you're so close to the field like this. So I think that the fans really feel like connected to the game. I mean, the field is
it's like there.
It's right there in front of us.
Right.
So, yeah,
right.
A lot of times there's a track or the stands are set back off the field. This field, you're pretty much in the action.
Right on. And the fact that the referee doesn't mind having a chat with everybody.
Yeah, he's over here talking to the crowd. He's talking to the coaches. He's just, open dialogue with this referee.
Throw in.
He's going to let you know what his feelings are, and then we can let him know what our feelings are, and everybody can talk it out.
Feelings, nothing more than, you knew I was going there.
Yeah, that's good.
Nothing more than feelings. All right. Here's a shot. Ooh-wee. I'm waiting right now. Is somebody going to break down the other team? Is there going to be a mess up? Humphrey with a nice through ball. Corona.
Wow.
Alexander's come out, but I think he was out. He had to kick it away, huh? He couldn't. We can't see the.
Looked like he was out of there, though. Yeah, you're right. That was a smart play.
Yeah. He broke down that play before the play got started. Otherwise,
could have been a goal.
Yeah. Pearl River now trying to get something going. And that one's cleared out by LeBlanc. And we have a whistle there. I thought we were going to have – he's had a little chat. I thought we were going to have another
booking?
Another booking.
But he's demonstrating.
Oh, my goodness.
My man, I've never seen that.
I've never seen that.
All right. He was demonstrating what he did.
Right.
He looked like he was trying to slide tackle the referee for a second. All right.
But Your Honor, this is my case. I'm stating my case.
This is how I did it.
Yeah. You don't understand. Whistle. Okay. No, back it up.
Back it up a little bit.
Wow.
And then it goes forward.
And then it goes back to where it was. Of course. Isn't that how it always is? All right. Chris Katera to take this kick. Kick it down by the goal is what Rhett Sharp would say right here. I think he had the right idea.
Yeah, but it left the outside of his foot.
Right, not the inside of his foot.
I just don't feel the urgency.
Right, from Pearl River?
From either
from
Pearl River. Yeah, I'll say it. From Pearl River right now. I don't feel the urgency. I think they're happy with a 0-0 score. And I think we got a yellow card.
Who did that?
That's number 6.
Okay.
I believe for talking.
Right. At this point, it should be pretty clear to everybody that he's not taking any more guff.
No.
But here's the problem.
Yeah.
He entertained discussion for a while, and then he got tired of it.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll tell you, it's got to be a difficult night for him. These fans are very vocal. He's thrown another yellow card out to number 5 for Lakeshore. So everybody go take a vacation.
I think now the thing is, don't talk to me anymore.
You know what it is?
What?
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The referee has decided this is not a free-for-all,
right.
And he will have final say.
Which he does.
Yeah.
Which he does.
I think there's a lot of talking out here tonight.
You're right.
Grolio back in.
Try to flip it over.
After his yellow card vacation.
Yeah. Corona making a run up the right side, trying to funnel it in, sliding tackle, and then cleared out. Ryan went over there for a sliding tackle, and I'm thinking Poole kicked it out. It's hard to tell now. Some jerseys the numbers are obscured.
So look, Tiger, we've got 4 yellow cards for Pearl River and 2 for Lakeshore.
Uh-huh.
So that's big numbers.
It is. Yes. In
look at this.
Ooh, right.
Okay. All right. Man.
And that one bounced out of his hand and right back up. Wow. Yeah, I'm thinking, and it's my contention, Alexander coming out again.
Man.
You know, you don't want your goalie doing that, really.
Well, he's got to do it.
But he's got to do it right now. Right. So you got to have some backline help. Nice steal. Paulson.
Man, this is a really physical soccer game right now.
Yeah.
Okay? Let me tell you.
Here's a play up the left side.
Nice
Going to bring it right. Oh, hits off of Lakeshore, and he kicks it out.
It's going to be a high kick.
It's going to be a high kick?
Yeah. Dangerous kick, they call those.
Dangerous.
Looked like he might have been leading with the cleat.
Never good. Never good.
Safety first, Tiger.
Absolutely.
Safety first.
Everybody get home safe.
That's right.
No injuries. That's the key. Here's a run.
Nice run. Nice ball control.
Stanworth
making a huge run across the field. Can't finish the way he wants to. Travis Alexander.
Again, I think that's the field.
It's got to be the field. I know that at onsides.
Yeah. Haskins running it down, and it's stolen by Jones.
There's a push right in front of the Pearl River bench. There's a push, and the referee wants to go talk to everybody.
Yeah. No.
He just likes to run over there where the foul occurs.
Oh yeah.
I got to get used to that.
Yeah.
That's not every referee does that, Tiger.
No, I know. They usually stay back wherever they are.
They just hang back, blow the whistle, and get a point. This guy will make a run.
Right.
To where the foul occurs.
Okay, there's a lot of discussion right now about how they're going to take this kick. Just kick it right at the goal.
Yeah.
Matt Brandon all over that one.
He was.
I'm going to say, because the way I see that, now these guys are all in shape. You know, they've all been playing games.
Yeah.
I'm saying that the mud and the water on the field is taking its toll as far as legs.
Yeah.
To me, that's what I could be wrong on both teams. But I see a lot of walking around that not necessarily would be happening.
Just look at them, Tiger. They're just. I mean, obviously, this is taking a toll. No call.
Play on.
Okay, he tripped on the ground. He says.
Or there was some fakeage, I guess.
Okay. All right.
And there's someone talking to him. That's not good.
No. You just never want to.
And we got a whistle.
The open dialogue with the players is where he kind of went wrong.
Right.
I think.
That happened early. And look, they're still talking to him, although he told the guy to be quiet.
Yeah. There's a yellow.
Right.
Off the field.
Right.
Okay, so that's 3 yellows Lakeshore, 4 yellows Pearl River, but no double yellows yet. This is everybody getting a little bit of the yellow card love.
Right. There's enough to spread around.
That's right.
Spread the love.
Man, oh man, look. Seriously, Tiger, he's doing the best he can. Let's not
no.
take away. But what happened here is that he let the players talk to him.
Right, and now he wants to stop it, which is
you can't let
you can't pick and choose.
Right.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
No, that was exactly.
Look at that!
Look at that!
Look at that! Oh my goodness!
Finally, a ball is put on the goal, and you see what happens.
Almost something happening.
Yeah.
Which goes back to exactly what you said.
I've been saying it all night.
Like first half, first play, or first foul, or whatever.
There's a shot.
There you go.
Put the ball on the goal. On the goal. It doesn't matter if the goalie catches it or not. Just put
he didn't catch it clean.
Yeah.
That time he did.
End of regulation.
End of regulations. We are going to go to overtime with the score tied at 0. Pearl River, Lakeshore, Division II, District 7. We're in overtime, the first 10-minute overtime. If someone scores and is ahead at the end of the 10 minutes, well, they've got themselves a victory. But they have to play the full 10 minutes, and they have to be ahead. If not, we'll have a second quick throw-in by Lakeshore. That one's going to be going out. Might have a corner kick here. We are going to have a corner kick. So right out the bat, excellent opportunity. Corona, I believe, will take it. This one on the ground, loose and out of bounds.
Goal kick.
So if we go 2 overtimes, no tie, then we have the old penalty, PKs. We've had a few of those over the years, Rhett Sharp.
It's always fun to watch, too.
Isn't it? But we have 20 minutes to get there yet.
Yep.
Oh, we got a player down. Okay, we're about ready to get back to action after an injury, an injured player. So we'll be playing this. We're in overtime, the first overtime. It will go to a second if no one scores. But if someone can get ahead, right now, somebody needs a shot on goal. Oh, my goodness, here it is. And there it is. It's a goal.
There it is.
Wow, how quick did that happen?
Yep.
Vincent Corona just went down the field and drilled one. But it goes back to what you said, and people listening to this game may not have heard you say it.
Yeah.
When do goals usually happen?
Right when you start playing. First beginning of the game, halftime, and right after goals are scored. So that pretty much tells you we picked this up after a good 15-minute off period.
Right.
And Pearl River just wasn't quite ready. Let's see if they can answer though. I mean,
we've got probably 9 minutes.
Yeah, we still got a lot of time in this first overtime period.
So be incumbent upon that one's going to get kicked out of bounds. That's going to be a goal kick. A corner kick. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great goal for Lakeshore, and that puts them up 1-0. But that's really kind of unfortunate the way it unfolded because of the time off that we had.
Jones is going to take the corner kick.
Wow, kicking right out of the water. Another shot. Yeah, Lakeshore just came out ready to play.
They just boom. That you saw it right down the field. Boom.
Yep.
Throw into Pearl River. Throw into Pearl River. Grolio to throw it in. Lakeshore throw in. Keegan Stanworth with the throw in up the right sideline. That one's going to go out of bounds. Katera
taking off the ball.
Oh, nice steal.
Oh,
and we got to have a whistle.
That's a foul. Yeah.
There'll be a free kick by Lakeshore. They're up 1-0 here in the overtime. Pass inside. Alexander's going to get to that one. And he's going to boom it away.
Nice trap.
Katera. Paulson. And now I guess it's their job just to play keep away, right?
Yeah, that's all they're going to do now. I mean, they've got the lead and potentially the victory. It's very foggy now. You can see in your screen, and there's another foul. Check it out, Tiger. Look how foggy it is. It's just.
Well, you can see that it's settling on the field.
Yep.
Over the course of the evening. The tale of the two games has been like weird.
Yeah.
Because the first game, the ladies' side, it started out, it was clear, clear and
right.
muddy, wet, and then it started raining. Then it stopped. Then it started.
Right.
Then it stopped. And we had that throughout the entire game. Then the end of that game, no more rain since then.
Yeah, no rain this game.
But the field is basically a quagmire.
I'll say the field's demolished.
Demolished. Thank you. And then slowly as the game's going on, the fog has dropped in on us.
Yep.
So in fact, we can barely see out of the windows.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad.
Yeah. Here.
Pearl River with
Here's
a
play.
Wow.
That one cleared out.
Lakeshore defense.
Don't leave it too.
Yeah.
Don't leave it out there for your friend in the middle of the whole thing, right? In the middle of the goal.
That's right.
Area. Kicking it out over there.
Smart play.
Throw in by Ian Jones. And that goes off.
The Rebels are going to have to make a serious move sooner than later if they are going to come up with a big play and tie this game.
I mean, now, Katura.
Yeah, they're going to have to do it.
Not too much play right there. Get it up. That one
man,
stolen.
there's nobody on him. He's got a.
There's a foul.
There's a yellow. Is that a double yellow?
Yeah, that's a red.
Okay.
He's out.
All right. That's the first one, though.
Right.
That's Jeremy, and he's going to leave pretty disappointed, I imagine. So now Pearl River is playing down a man in overtime. And we're back in play.
Whistle. That one's up. Cut off by Paulson. And this is all really Lakeshore needs to do.
There's a foul.
Just maintain the play.
Whistle.
And more discussions.
Emotions are really, really high right now.
Yeah, it's kind of a raw situation.
I'm gonna tell you what, this is a very tense situation right now. That
right.
Everybody in the crowd and all the players on the field. I mean, there it is.
That's it. That's the end. And Lakeshore in overtime pulls out a 1-0 victory over Pearl River. I got to say thank you to those people that brought you this game. Our superintendent, Mr. Trey Foles. Our director of broadcasting, Dr. Melody Schwang. Cameraman, editor, and coordinator of Channel 13, Dave the Ray Williams. Reddish Sharp. Charles Tiger Edwards. Good night. God bless. You be good. You're now leaving the Prep Zone.